Hey there, and welcome. My name is Ben. This is Inner Space. We're going to get started in this Vinyasa practice sitting in our cross-legged seats. So once you find yourself a nice spot, you want to kind of scoot your hips around a little bit as if you're sitting at the beach. You sit up nice and tall, scooch the hips, the knees, create your foundation. Hips, knees, and feet. Everything's nice and stable, so as you squeeze the lower belly muscle, you can feel how everything pushes downwards. You have to engage the inner thighs, use your glutes a little bit, and feel everything push down that way. As we begin by simply mapping out the 3 dimensions, we go forward and back with the chest. You're not going to be tempted to lift your hips off the floor. You're going to be stable in your foundation while we just do this very simple warm-up, forward and back, forward and back. This gives us the opportunity to acknowledge and recognize that we have the ability to control the type of pressure that we're experiencing in the body. Obviously, when you put your nose closer to the floor, you're going to feel more pressure in your body. And if you just do a subtle little tilting, you're going to have less pressure in your body. And this way, your goal is not to look like me in my pose, but rather to just figure out how far in the directional movement you want to be in your seat. Now let's do our left and right movement. It's the shoulders that go left and right, and instead of letting the knees come up and down, let's keep those knees down and just do less with your upper body. We can take this opportunity right now to ground into this clarity that you and all of us have the ability to hurt ourselves. We have the ability to apply too much pressure into the body. We have the ability to sacrifice the integrity of our foundation in order to try to get farther ahead in life, right? And that's exactly what we're experiencing here. So instead, do less and feel better. Let's combine these 2 dimensions, forward, back, left, and right. It's like circles. Forward, back, left and right all together. Hands on the knees for stability, hands off the knees for a little bit of a challenge. Can you become aware of your tailbone in space, how it comes up and down off the floor? And just do your best to control the placement of your pelvis by squeezing the lower belly muscle. Now, notice that I'm not holding my breath. I'm not squeezing my jaw muscle. I'm not threatening my neck with my shoulders. Instead, I'm simply just moving where I can go and allowing it to be enough for now. Remember, we're just warming up. Last dimension, we're going up and down through the center. Inhale, chin goes up. Exhale, chin goes down. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. And I want you to become aware that as your chin goes up, so does your chest. And as your chin goes down, so does your chest. Now, as you bring the arms up with the chin and the chest, and take the hands down with the chin and the chest, you're moving your whole upper body. Inhale up. Exhale down. And the next time you go up, I want you to stay here. Up. And I want you to pretend like there is a lemon in the back of your neck that you could squeeze with the head. Lift up your chin and try to apply pressure back there. Try to squeeze the juice out of that lemon. You're allowed to relax your shoulders down away from the neck if it's too much by bending your elbows, just as much as you can enjoy straightening the arms if you like it. And then we're going to lean over to our right, all the way over to the right, but don't fall over with your knees. Use your right hand and put it on the floor. Right hand is on the floor. As you reach your top left arm up and over like you're waving your hand at a concert, you're going to reach and lift. Naturally, you're going to exhale, reach, inhale, lift, to become aware that you can change the way that it feels. You're looking for just the right spot where you say, I don't even need my right hand to support me. I could use it if I want, but I don't need it. I'm not grinding my jaw. I'm not pursing my lips. I'm not furling my eyebrows, trying to achieve some goal here. Rather, I'm just getting a nice stretch between my left pelvis and left shoulder. Then we're going to twist to the right. Left hand, the top hand, across the body to the right knee. Look to your right, empty out the lungs, squeeze at the belly. And then big breath. Inhale, lift the chin. Let the stress go. You're in your twist. You're perfect. If you want more pressure, squeeze at the belly, but please look behind you, look away from the screen now. I promise I won't move out of this pose without telling you. Try to put your chin on your back right shoulder. Squeeze that back right shoulder blade in towards your spine and increase the pressure until you're satisfied with the way that it feels. We're going to unwind from this twist, and you're going to push your hands towards me. This is our cat pose. Push the hands, tuck the chin, squeeze the belly, chin goes down, chest goes down, belly is tightened. If you want to show me your palms, that's fine. If you want to relax the wrist, that works too. If you want to shoot laser beams at me, you could do that. You're allowed to do what you want with your arms because you're squeezing the belly, tucking the chin, and rounding the shoulders. That's what cat pose is. Then the next breath, you're going to inhale, lift the arms up, and go over to your left. Reach, keep your knees stable, use your left hand for support. Reach, lift, exhale, inhale until you figure out, oh, I have the ability to choose the way that I want to feel in my body. I don't have to look the way somebody else looks. I can just enjoy this a little bit. Now that bottom ear, the left ear, can you drop it down and stretch the top side of your neck? Just like you're stretching from your pelvis to your shoulder, can you stretch from your shoulder to your earlobe? And breathe and allow all the sensations to exist. You can do just one more breath like this. And then we're going to twist to the left. Right hand, top hand goes across the body to left knee. Look behind you, squeeze at the belly, empty out the lungs. Big breath, inhale. Lift the chin. Let go of the narrative, the story that you have to do more to get ahead. That's not the case in the yoga practice. Remember your chin, it wants to touch your back shoulder, so don't look at me right now. Look behind you, move your breath, and make peace with what you've chosen in your body. Last one here. You're going to unwind from this, push your hands towards me, tuck the chin down, squeeze the belly. Big breath, lift the arms up. Hands behind the back. Interlace your fingers. Lift up your chin, show me your throat. Pull those shoulders back and squeeze them together behind your back. Long arms now. You can always relax the arms by dropping the hands that touch the back. You can always rest a bit by dropping the shoulders down away from the ears. You don't have to hold your breath and be blue in the face here, but I do want your chin up. I do want your shoulders back, and I do want you to find the appropriate level of pressure, stress, and tension that's going to make you feel like I'm doing something. I'm engaged. I'm participating. I'm satisfied with the way that I feel in my body, even if it's uncomfortable. Now take this shape that you've created and fold forward, nose towards the floor, hands towards the ceiling, and understand that as I give you directional cues, using the word towards, it's subjective. You don't have to put your nose on the floor. You don't have to put your hands on the ceiling. Just as if I ask you to drive northwards in your car, you don't have to go to the North Pole. You just go northwards as far as you want to go. You use as much stress as you like so that you can feel the way that you want. And then as you sit up nice and tall, you're going to push your hands towards me, tuck your chin down. Here's that cat shape. Squeeze the belly. Inhale, arms up. Separate the feet so that the soles touch. This is the bound angle foundation. Soles are touching, knees are down, and you're going to fold forward and exhale. Release the stress. And we're going to use this pose as an opportunity to become familiar with the feeling of resistance in the body. The way those hips get tight, the inner thighs. Can you feel it? The way that you're pushing downward and your body doesn't like it? So the only thing you've got to do to relieve that is bring your chest back up and put less weight on your hips. Now, we're going forward. Even with the chin up, chest up, going forward is going to bring that resistance. Just like going down is going to bring the resistance. So you've got to go back and up in order to relieve the resistance. And you're looking for that spot where you don't hate the decisions that you've made. You understand? Isn't this a simple practice? Get in the pose and like it. Now sit up tall. Left hand next to the left knee. Over to the left, all the way over to the left so the right knee comes up, and then you just continue that movement. Drop the right knee down to the inside of your left foot here, right? You're leaning to your left so that you can lean over to your right and apply pressure to the right hip socket. Obviously, further to the right, more pressure. More to the left, less pressure. We go forward, back with the chest. Left, right with the shoulders. Up, down with the chin. Maybe there's a little twist involved with the elbows. Figure out where you want to be. Quit playing games with yourself and just allow yourself to be where you can be with some discomfort, yes, but not pain, not holding the breath, not squeezing the jaw, not wincing in the face or bracing for impact because you can't stand it. It's not going to work. Promise you're not going to get to where you want to go. Last breath. Now let's come off the hip. Lean to your left, kick that right leg out. Long right leg. Right elbow on the right thigh. Left arm's out, up, and over like you're painting a rainbow. Reach, lift. This is that same side stretch. Once you figure out where you want to put your hand, tuck your right ear downward towards your knee, like I'm trying to talk on the phone here with my right knee. Hello. Open up the space between the pelvis and the shoulder. And you're allowed to, in any of these side stretches that we're going to do a few of them, put the top hand behind the back. That's okay. It still works. You still get the same stretch. Now allow the breath to move. I want to ground you right now in this very basic fundamental that the yoga practice, it only works, you can only receive benefit from yoga in the present moment, in your body. So there's no such thing as suffering now for some future reward that you'll get later. There's no such thing as, well, I'll just endure this discomfort now so that later I'll feel better. It's not how it works. Let's come up. Right hand next to right hip, you're twisting across the long leg. So it's left arm across. I'm twisting over my leg so that I can move my nose in the direction of my knee. Exhale into your fold. And really work on getting the left arm across the long leg so that you can expose the left ribs. That's why we're here. We're stretching the left ribs. Use a sigh of relief to signify that you are where you want to be. And then fill your lungs up real big. And notice how that increases the stretch, right? Think about the lungs filling up, pushing into the space there in the ribs. Last one like this. And you're going to sit up nice and tall. Sit back in your hands so that we can practice lifting our straight leg off the floor. I want you to pull your toes towards you. Push your heel away. Squeeze your quadricep, the top of the thigh. Get the heel off the floor. And then just kind of knock the heel on the floor like this and find the muscles. You're not allowed to bend your knee while you tap on your calf or keep the leg in the air. Hands, no hands. It's all the same, but notice how I'm not squeezing the jaw, furrowing the eyebrows, and cursing my existence right now. Is this hard for me? Yes, it's hard for me, but I'm not going to go to the place where I'm bending the knee, and I'm not going to allow the pressure to overwhelm my clarity of mind. And at any point, if I get tired and I can't do all of my maximum, this is about as best as I can do, I can just allow myself to do less. And I'm still winning. Like, this is still building my muscles. Get the heel now across the folded knee. All the way across the folded knee, right hand is back. Left hand is in front. This is a twist to the right. Look to the right. Squeeze at the belly. Big breath. Inhale. Elongate your spine and relax your jaw and receive a little relief in this pose. Now, if you can't get into this pose, that's fine. Understand everything is directional. So if your foot is not across the knee, but just in front of the knee, good. If your left arm is not all the way across the body, but instead just somewhat in front of the body, good. However tight you are in your body, you're still in the same shape. Being able to do it bigger and better is really subjective. It's not really the case. And whatever position your legs are in right now, that's exactly where you're going to stay as you bring both hands back. Drop your knee down until it gets stuck. Notice my knee doesn't go very far. It's pretty high off the floor, and I'm going to fold forward now, bringing my belly towards my thigh. I can brace myself with my hands, tuck the chin down, relax the jaw, release the stress. And if this is easy for you, if you like this pose, take hands behind the back and exhale. If it's not easy for you, if you're struggling, use your hands for support and do a little wiggle in the hips. Soften up those muscles. We want to stretch soft muscle tissue so that we become flexible. Because if you try to stretch tight muscles, you will not become flexible. You will create inflammation and potentially tear the muscle tissue. Last breath here. You sit up nice and tall. Let's go back to where we started. The right foot drags back down, the soles of the feet are touching. I'm going to lean to my right so that my left leg can come up and flip. Leaning to my left now, I can apply pressure to my left hip until I'm satisfied. Think about the idea of I hope this isn't too graphic for you, but like getting a flesh wound, like a big cut. You're bleeding. What do you have to do? You've got to apply pressure to stop the blood, right? If you don't use enough pressure, you're going to keep bleeding. If you do too much pressure, you're not going to actually help yourself. It's got to be the right amount of pressure. The right amount of pressure, and then everything just starts to get better. You start to heal. Things start to work. If you're ever squeezing the jaw, hunching the shoulders up, grinding the teeth, you know for sure it's not the right thing. It's not going to work. You're not helping. Just allow yourself to do less, even if you want to be able to do more. Let's come off this hip now and kick the left leg out. Long left leg, left elbow, left thigh, right arm is out, up, over. We reach, lift with our breath. Drop the bottom left ear down and exhale out all the stress that we're holding. Allow this to be. When you fight against what's happening in the present moment, in your body, you're only fighting against yourself. Instead, just make a different choice. Understand this is the same pose as this. Understand that I have to be down here because I'm so flexible that I don't feel anything up here. I'm so bored up here. I have to now work hard and push farther to get that same sort of intensity that somebody who has tight muscles would feel up here. We're twisting to the left, left hand next to left hip, right hand across the body, and even if you can't fold more than an inch, look at your toes. Move your belly towards your thigh. Exhale deeply, tuck your chin down, look at your knee and release the breath. Go to where you can. Go to where you can be now. And then work on feeling better now, there. Because if you're not feeling better, if it isn't getting better with your next breath, if you're not enjoying this now, you will not enjoy it later. You will not be feeling better later either. If things are getting worse, if things are spiraling out of control right now, they're going to continue spiraling out of control later. Before we go anywhere, let's pull those toes, push the heel, squeeze the thigh, long left leg. We come up and down with that heel. Even if you're just doing a little bit, understand this little pulse is better than this bent knee. When you bend your knee in this pose, you are literally sacrificing your integrity and you are preventing your future growth. When you are squeezing your jaw and lifting your shoulders in this pose, you are literally overwhelming your body with stress, and you are teaching your body that this action is not safe and is not to be trusted. Now get your heel as far across your folded knee as you can go. Left hand is behind you, right hand is in front of you. Look to your left, squeeze at the belly, empty out the lungs, and then fill the lungs. Inhale, lift the chin. You see, in every single pose that we go to, we're looking for home base. You're looking for something you can trust. You're looking to allow yourself a little sliver of relief, of potential growth. If you have zero hope, if you're feeling like a failure, it's not working. You should change what you're doing. Right hand pulls back, left knee drops down. It should be stuck up here. Instead of pulling the foot all the way here to get your knee down, no, don't do that. Keep the knee high and keep your ankle all the way across the thigh. Come down and fold into this leg. Exhale to release the stress of it. Remember, you can do that hip wiggle if it's helpful. Relax the back of the neck. You're looking for a physical placement of your torso over this foundation that will allow you to simultaneously feel engaged and also feel relieved. It's a very thin line that I'm asking you to find. This is not easy work. You're supposed to be uncomfortable. You're not supposed to be in pain. Discomfort is the experience of growth. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. If you're seeking comfort, it's because you have gone too far. You're over the edge. You are overwhelmed. Now let's come up. Separate the heels as wide as they go. Big open legs. Use your hands back behind you to scoot your hips forward a little bit. Do not bend your knees here. This is not helpful. Rather, just bring your heels in to keep the legs straight. Your legs are as wide as they go for you. As you sit up nice and tall, you go forward and back with your chest. Hands can be in front of you to help brace you. Now, obviously, the nose could go to the floor, but if you have to hold your breath or curse your existence to be there, it's not for you. Instead, just move in the direction of the floor. And exhale out anything else that doesn't feel as good as you want it to. Understand, if I ask you to get in your car right now and drive north, and you think that you have to go all the way to the North Pole, but you don't have any snacks, you don't have your winter jacket with you, you're not going to be very happy when you get there. So instead, you just go a little bit. Go as far as you want to and then turn back. Last one like this. We're going to sit up nice and tall and bring the feet flat. Bring your knees to touch. Sit back in your hands and do your very best to glue your legs together while you exhale, drop your knees down one side. I'm going to the left. And inhale back up to the center. You want to pair your movement with your breath. It's an inhale to the center and an exhale to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down so that you can move at the pace of your breath and synchronize your mind and body. Inhale up. Exhale down. You can do one more each side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now we're going to come onto our knees. Keep your feet together, your knees together. You're on the tops of the feet, sitting back on the heels. The best way to get into this pose, if it's not something you're comfortable with, is to go forward in your hands, lift your hips up, and then control the space between your hips and your knees until you figure out how much pressure you're able to withstand. Walking your hands back closer and closer and closer to your knees, lifting your chin and your chest up is the way to increase pressure. If this still isn't enough for you, you go further back to lift the knees off the floor. If this still isn't enough for you, be honest with yourself. Exhale out the stress. Sit with it. Move the breath. Even if you're comfortable here, even if you could stay here with me for 10 minutes, find the discomfort. Focus on the tops of the feet. Feel the pressure. Allow it to exist. And then also become aware of the movement in your breath, the relaxation in your jaw, the shoulders dropping down, the freedom in the back of the neck. Also, simply just allow the fact that your upper body is completely relaxed while you hold the fact that your lower body is under pressure. Hold duality. This is true. This is true. Both things are true. They are opposites, and they are both true. Allow two opposing narratives to be true at the same time, and then you will become the objective observer. And with that clarity, we can move forward through the yoga practice. Last one like this. We're going to go forward in the hands, lift the hips up, so that we can tuck our toes under and go right back to where we were. Hips on the heels, use your hands to walk your knees out. So you're just on your toes now, right? Lots of pressure on the toes. We can go forward and back. But what you want to do is you want to bring your knees as high as they go to find your Achilles tendon. Knees are as high as they go. Fingertips start to tap, maybe lift. You're holding balance, or maybe you're using fingertips to support you. But I want you now to relax the upper body. Remember, your upper body's fine. It's the lower body that's working. The more you squeeze your thighs together, the more stable you'll be. The more you simply just allow everything to exist, the more you'll be able to move onwards. Focus on the breath. Even breath in as even breath out. Even in, even out. We're going to do one more. Even in, even out. And then we'll go back to the knees. Tap those toes out, release the pressure. Ooh, that feels good. One leg goes back at a time, making plank legs. Push the heel, lock the knee, squeeze the thigh, and then switch. And while you're just kind of practicing your plank legs, I want you to focus on your hands. Separate your fingers as wide as they go. Lock the elbows, round the shoulders. Get both knees down. You're in cat pose. I want you to look at your knees. Put your chin on your chest, round the back of the neck, round the shoulders. Squeeze the belly and lift your spine. And if you want to walk your hands closer to help you, you can do that. Can you relieve the pressure that this costs you? Can you find any redeeming qualities about this? Can you focus on something that you like, even though there are things here that you don't like? Now, tuck your toes just like we did before. Lift your knees up and push your heels down. This is down dog. Look at your toes and stretch through your body. Bend your knees one at a time and come to the clarity that in down dog, you're upside down. Your head is below your heart and therefore you're upside down, which means the foundation of this pose is the hands, the shoulders which round, the chin that tucks, and the belly that squeezes. Which means you're allowed to bend your knees, and in fact, it's advisable to bend your knees. Lift your heels higher and drop the heels down. Lift the heels higher and drop the heels down until you figure out how you'd like your legs to be, how much space you'd like between your hands and your feet. But what you're not allowed to do in this pose is you're not allowed to bend your elbows. You're not allowed to let your shoulder blades drop inwards towards your spine. You're not allowed to look forward. You want to tuck the chin, round the shoulders, squeeze the belly. We're just do one more breath like this. You're going to look forward at your hands now and step your feet in between your hands. Inhale to step so that you can exhale, just fold over these legs. Maybe you're grabbing elbows while you tuck your chin and relax the back of the neck. Remember, you're still upside down here, so you're allowed to bend your knees. In fact, it's advisable. Soften things up and allow your breath to move. Exhale to release the stress of it. And just be here in this forward fold for a moment. We're going to build out all the poses in our sun salutations, just one at a time. And before we go anywhere, I need you to find your toes. Do you see your toes? Squeeze them down like you're at the beach and you're going to grip your feet in the sand. Feel how the arches of the foot lift up a little bit. Heels are nice and heavy. Soften up your knees a little bit. Feel that pressure in your hips. Now hinge yourself from your hips as you inhale to stand up. And if you're having any blood pressure thing going on, I want you to just keep moving the breath. Inhale. Exhale. If you're feeling lightheaded, just keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. You're finding a little back bend now. It's chin up, hands up, chest up. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the toes. From the waist down, you are a rock. You are squeezing your legs while the arms are just kind of upwards. Relax, the breath still moves. You hear this nice smooth tone in my voice. Even though I've got a little back bend going on, it's not enough to threaten my breath. Last one here, and we'll go right back into the fold. You bend your knees, hands on the floor, so that you can step back into plank. And let's find a nice plank pose for a moment. Tuck your chin, look at your toes, push those heels, squeeze the thighs. Now round your shoulders away from the spine, squeeze at the lower belly, and move your breath. And understand that you're allowed to drop your knees down in plank pose if you can't do this, if this doesn't feel right, if you're losing it, if you cannot control the pressure and the stress in this pose, you take support. But it doesn't change the fact that the shoulders are round, the chin is tucked, the belly is tight. That way, at some point now, you'll get strong enough that you can just push your heels and use your thighs to help support you. In order to get down to the floor in Chaturanga, we are going to move slowly with control. The elbows are going to come inwards, and you're going to slowly control your descent, get to the tops of the feet, and just breathe here. Isn't this easy? Can't you take the support from the floor now? I want you to lock your thighs and come off your knees. Lock your thighs, come off the knees. It's the tops of the feet, the thighs, the pelvis. So that in Cobra pose, your pelvis does not come off the floor. Your chin comes up. You're going to look your eyes towards the ceiling as best you can. You're going to juice that lemon in the back of the head, remember? And then pull your elbows back in and elongate the arms without needing to straighten them. Now, if you have to tuck your chin in order to be here, you're not here. The chin has to go up. The shoulders have to go back. And your breath has to move. If you have to lift your pelvis off the floor to do this, understand you're not in Cobra, you're in plank. That's not helpful. You don't want to be in plank, you want to be in Cobra. Pelvis is on the floor. Use your glutes to squeeze and pin your pelvis down. All you have to do to release the pressure is bend the elbows. And of course, everybody wants to have that big, beautiful Cobra pose. But if it's not for you today, what are you doing? Are you just making yourself suffer? And if so, for what purpose? You're going to hurt your back? And then what? The only way to get here is to just keep practicing every day. And if you hurt yourself, you won't be able to do that. And if you do it in the wrong way, you're not going to get to where you want to go. Last breath. Now, use your knees. Pull your hips back for tabletop. And all that pressure in the back, you're going to move it out left and right. Forward and back, we go towards child's pose. Exhale. You can turn your palms up to the ceiling to relax. Take a bigger, deeper breath. Let go of the stress that you feel. Allow things to feel better right now. I mean, they do, right? Can you be honest with reality? Things do feel better than they were in Cobra, aren't they? So, can you join me in the present moment where things feel better? Now, long arms again. Get off your elbows. Tuck your toes and get in a down dog. Tuck the toes, get in a down dog. Tuck the chin, round the shoulder, squeeze the belly. You've already been here before now. We've gotten all the poses, so let's do one full sun salutations with the proper rhythm. It's in one breath, one movement. So you inhale, look forward, step forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling, squeeze the thighs, fill your lungs so that you can exhale and put your hands on the floor. Inhale to step your feet back to plank. Exhale to drop down to the mat. Inhale, tops of the feet, squeeze the thighs, Cobra. And then exhale and tuck your toes, go back to down dog. Good, now in the next breath, I want you to step your left foot forward between the hands. Look forward, just the left foot steps, drop that back knee down. Inhale, come up. You're in low lunge, back knees down, let's push the hands from the chest. Push, notice how the belly goes to the thigh. Inhale, the arms in the air, there's a back bend. Now, if you straighten up your leg, you're not going to be centered. So drive your weight forward, and then from here, pull back with the upper body. If you don't like the back bend, just do less, right? Isn't that simple? But keep the weight on that front foot, elongate the arms, and bring them up. Look at your fingertips, Squeeze the inner thighs together so that you don't fall over. When you exhale, push forward from the chest and pull the left hand back. Here's a twist. Left hand is back. Look at your right fingers right in front of you. Watch them go forward and then inhale, lift them up. Here's a twisted back bend. Exhale out the stress. Push that bottom hand down, open up the chest, and allow your breath to move. You feel that pressure on the right hip. Can you feel it? The right hip flexor? The right hip pushes forward, the left hip grounds down, the inner thighs squeeze together, and you are solid. Right hand's on the floor, left hand's in the air. Twist to the left, squeeze at the belly. Let go of the stress. If you can't be here, do less. Put your right elbow on your thigh. Make it work for you. There's no such thing as, I'm going to suffer now for a future reward. There is no future reward. Left hand is down. Inhale, both arms up. And as you put your hands by your hips, you're going to make your front leg straight. Here's half split. Get on your front heel. Shake out the leg. You see how there's zero pressure on my knee? I can play with my kneecap. Point your toes. Feel the Achilles tendon pressure now. Twist to the left so your inner thighs want to touch. You lock your hips and you fold over your straight leg so that even as I fold, no pressure on my knee. It's on my Achilles tendon. It's on the left hamstring. I can use my hands for support. I can put my hands on the floor. I can bring the hands behind the back because my legs are doing the work. And instead of folding so far forward that my knee bends, I'm not going to break my integrity. I'm going to keep the leg straight and just do less of a fold if that's the case. Everybody wants to be able to put their nose on their knee here, but not everybody wants to do the work to get there with integrity. Last one, and we go into lizard pose. The left foot's going to be on the left edge of the mat. Bend your front knee. Put the left foot on the left edge. My foot's half on the floor, half on the mat. Hands inside of the foot. Come off your back knee. Go forward and back a little bit. Your body's as long as it can be. Find a spot 2 feet in front of you. Look at that spot. Think about putting your nose on that spot and then drop the back knee down. Re-support your hands. Exhale deeply. Your whole left foot is flat. The heel is down, the toes are down, pressure in the hips, but not in the jaw. Your breath is just fine because I'm putting pressure where it belongs and not resisting it in my body. Now I understand this takes a little while to figure out. But what you've got to do is find how much pressure you can exert on your body before experiencing resistance in your body. Because resistance of the pressure is what feels like stress. Otherwise, it's just pressure, and you experience pressure all the time. Now let's work on that back hamstring. Pull the back heel up and drop it down. Be careful of cramping the hamstring. Pull it up, drop it down. We're gonna do just one more. Pull it up, drop it down, and now pull it up and keep it up. And just hold it. And if you can take your left hand off the floor and point at that back foot or touch the heel or grab the foot thing, that's cool, but not if you have to hold your breath or curse your existence, right? So everything stays stable, and I'm simultaneously stretching the length of my right quadricep while squeezing the right hamstring. So I'm doing two things. I'm strengthening and stretching. Last breath, we're going into low squats. Use your back toes, drop them. Step the right foot outside the right hand. So my feet are parallel to each other. And drop the hips down without having to lift the heels up. Lifting the heels up to get the hips down is breaking your integrity. So don't do that. Instead, keep the heels flat and just be okay with maybe not going as far. And I know it's hard. Everything's hard. You pick your battles. If you're so comfortable here, by the way, that you can just kind of like rest here with me for the next 10 minutes, the only thing left to do is start to get stronger. So lift your hips up, hold yourself 2 inches higher than your bottom, process that stress, and get stronger with me. If you're still trying to get flexible, just keep getting flexible. Once you've hit the bottom of your flexibility, only thing left to do is get stronger. Everybody has a relaxed jaw, relaxed neck. The breath is calm. The mind is clear, unconditional of personal circumstances. That's hands down, hips up so that the left leg goes back. This is lizard with the right leg in front. The right foot is half on, half off the mat. I'm looking 2 feet in front as I drop the back knee. Reposition the hands for support. Release the stress. Notice how flat my front foot is. Bigger, deeper breath now. We got to go through the experience so that we can come out the other end who we want to be. If you sacrifice your integrity while you're being tested, you're going to come out the other end and you're not going to be who you want to be. You understand how that works? If you step on other people to get ahead, you're not going to be happy when you get there. Now we're all going to pump the back heel up and down. It's 3 pumps to figure out how much you can and cannot do. Up and down. You're just kind of mapping out your physical ability. The 4th pump, you're going to hold it and sustain it. And if this is where you stay, great. If you're down here, bravo, that's awesome. This is hard work. The right hand is allowed to reach for that back foot. But even if you've got your back foot, you're still in lizard pose. You're not like back here, right? See how the front knee pulls back? No, no good. You're going to go forward. You're not going to sacrifice your integrity to do more. Squeeze the back hamstring. Let the stress out. You got 1 more breath, and then you're going to drop that back foot. The left hand stays, the right foot comes into the center of the mat. Here's our twisted low lunge with the fold. So left hand's down, right hand's up. Use the back knee. Inhale, the right arm's up. And I'm just going to turn around real quick. Left hand down, right foot's flat, right hand's in the air. You can open your chest, you can breathe just fine, you can relax your neck, you can remember that you're safe. Find your stability now. That front foot is heavy and strong. The inner thighs are squeezing together so that left fingers can start to tap the floor and come off the floor. Here's that twist. Left hand's in front, you're in low lunge. Left hand goes forward, then up. Inhale, and push that bottom hand down. Move your breath through you while you squeeze the inner thighs to stay grounded. Use your front big toe as an anchor point. Use your left hip to drive forward into that anchor point. We open the chest, move the breath, and then both arms come up. Inhale. You're in low lunge, and those shoulders can drop down so you can breathe better, and there's a back bend if you want it. All of the weight is forward in low lunge while the hands come high. And last breath like this, you're going to bring hands by the hips, bring the hips back, make your front leg straight. Here's that half split. You're on your heel, 0 pressure in the knee. There's no such thing as bending. 0 pressure in the knee, point the toes, twist to the right, inner thighs are working. You fold over your leg without sacrificing your integrity, because if you do, you're not going to be satisfied with yourself. Now, if you are bending your knee, it's likely that you are spinning a narrative that says, oh, he doesn't know me, and he doesn't understand that this is hard for me. I understand just fine. This is a better half split than this. You understand? It's not about the fold. It's about keeping the leg straight. Fold over the straight leg so that when you do get down there, one day, because you're going to practice consistently, because you're going to achieve your goals, you're not going to be here. You're going to be here. You're going to get to where you want to go, and you're not going to feel like you cheated to get there. Last breath. You're going to bend that front knee, step back to plank. Hands are down, feet step back, lower down to the mat, exhale. Get to the tops of the feet so that you can inhale for cobra. And then go back through tabletop and sit back in child's pose. Relax the wrists, shake out the neck, and take a bigger, deeper breath. And make this feel easier, because it is. Join me in the present moment. Let the stress out. Make something feel better right now. Because we're just going to do one more sequence, and it's going to be a little bit harder than the last one. If you can feel your heartbeat, that's great. Enjoy it. Makes you feel alive. Now, long arms, elbows off the floor. Child's pose, push, tuck your toes underneath you so that we can get into down dog. Exhale, tuck the chin, round the shoulders, squeeze the belly. Now look forward, step forward, feet between the hands. Fold over the legs and let the stress go. Allow to bend your knees, arms all the way up. Big breath and stretch. Just drop the hands down. You're standing at the front of your mat. The neck is relaxed, the shoulders are relaxed, and you just allow yourself to be as you are. We're looking for balance now on our left foot. Left foot centered. Now, balance means that those toes can tap. That's okay. You're allowed to tap your toes. You're allowed to bring your knee all the way high. Find balance for you. We're using a warrior 3 transition to find our high lunge. The right leg is going to go to the back of the mat for high lunge. In order to get it there, the chest has to go forward. So soften up that left knee a little bit. Kick your leg behind you. Take your chest forward. Bend that front knee to catch your back toes. Here's high lunge, where the back heel is off the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, push the hands from the chest. Left hand pulls back. Here's a twist. Inner thighs are working. The back heel pushes. The right knee is long. The right hand's in front. You're going to look forward, lift it up. Push the bottom left hand down. Exhale out the stress of it. Oh. Inner thighs work. Right hip pushes, left foot stable, and you're allowing this to exist. Understand that you can always step the back foot closer if you need it to be easier, or farther back if you want it to be harder. The right hand's going to the floor while the left hand's up, and exhale, squeeze the belly, let the stress go, bend the front knee deeper, left hand drops, inhale, both arms up, high lunge, push from the chest. Now when you pull the hands back in the chest, make your front leg straight. Just like half split, you're not allowed to bend your knee. Bend the back knee instead. Find your stability, squeeze the inner thighs together, and fold over this leg. Exhale. Track your eyes down to your toes. Let go of the stress that you're holding on to. You don't have to go that far. However far you do go, do not bend your knee. See how I'm playing with my kneecap? Nice and simple. Keep the breath going. Last one. Then you just step into forward fold. Soften that knee and step. Exhale and release the stress. Shake out the neck and shoulders. Bigger, deeper breath. We're going all the way up with the arms so you can balance on your right foot. Left toes don't have to be very high off the floor. Reach the hands in front of you. Take the left leg behind you. Chest is forward. Bend your front knee. Catch those back toes. High lunge. Inhale the arms up. Push the hands from the chest. Right hand pulls back. You're twisting to the right. Now look at your left fingers while they dip forward and up. Inhale. And push that back hand down. Lift the chin up. Let go of the stress. You're using inner thighs for stability. You have to use your strength. Otherwise you will fall. Keep the breath going. Fold forward. Left hand's on the floor. Right hand's up. Exhale deeply. Squeeze at the belly. Push that back heel nice and heavy. Now as you drop the right hand down, we're going to inhale back to high lunge. Inhale up, push from the chest, pull the hands into the chest and make your front leg straight. Bend the back knee, look down to your toes, and 1 inch with a straight knee is better than folding all the way with a bent knee. Hands or no hands, you're allowed to choose. Support, no support, it's all the same. You're not sacrificing your integrity. Just one last breath like this, and you're going to step forward into forward fold. Inhale, step, bend your knee, exhale. Shake out the neck and shoulders. Bigger, deeper breath. Hands go all the way up. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your toes. Exhale, fold all the way down. Step back into plank. Lower down to the mat with control. Let the stress go. Big breath, lift the chin. Drop your shoulders. Go back to down dog. Reset your feet here. Find something about this pose that you like, something that feels good, and then on the next inhale, look forward. We stay here in the forward fold, and then we're going to use our closed-legged squat to find the seat. Lift your toes up, bend your knees, get your belly on your thighs, hands out in front of you, drop your hips down, and before you're tempted to lift your heels up, use your hands to support you. If you don't need your hands, find your seat. You're going to fold over your straight legs, and if you need to lean back in order to get straight legs, so be it. Understand, This is a better forward fold than this. Straight legs so that you have a way to measure your growth over time. And if you stretch like this every day without bending your knees, you'll be able to find that one day you're here, one day you're there, one day you're here, another day you're back up here. Your body's going to get tighter and looser and tighter and looser. Go find something that you want to experience. Reach out for your toes. Don't reach out for your toes. It's all the same. Instead, I want you to engage your lower belly muscle. Squeeze at the lower belly, tuck with the chin, let your breath go, and just be still for a moment. I'm just going to do one more breath like this. And then as you sit up nice and tall, I want you to point your fingers at your toes. Tuck your chin down to your chest, squeeze at the belly, and control your descent. Do your best to keep your heels flat so that you can build up your core strength. All the way flat to the back. Bigger, deeper breath. We're just going to take a little twist now. The left leg comes up and over to the right so that when you lay on your right side, your right hip and your right shoulder, even the left shoulder comes up. And once you're all the way over to the right, now you can open your chest. Now you can reach with the left arm. Squeeze at the belly, lift with the chin, and let the stress go. Let go of it. Stop working for it. Reposition your body to make it feel better. Allow it to be easier. I want you to feel like it's yours, like you own it, like you don't have to try to have it anymore. Just feel the relief. Let go of everything else. Last breath here. We switch sides by going flat to the back for a moment. Flat to the back so that you can bring the right leg up and over to the left side. All the way on left hip, left shoulder. And then the right arm, the top arm, goes back and open the chest. Squeeze at the belly. Apply the pressure so that you can feel like you're doing it. And then release the stress because there's no resistance. You are in alignment with yourself. You are choosing to participate at the level that feels appropriate. You understand now? You're not going to get anywhere without this body. Instead of beating the body up, you build it up. Last breath here. You're going to allow yourself to lie flat on the back now. You're flat on your back. Reposition the heels and the hips until you feel stable and balanced. And then reposition the shoulders to be in better alignment with the hips. Reposition the back of the head until it's in better alignment with the shoulders. Allow the feet to splay outwards so you can relax your legs. Allow the hands to rest by your sides so you can relax your shoulders. Exhale deeply. Relax the jaw and the eyebrows, the cheekbones, the lips. Release the tension from your belly. Receive the support that the floor gives you. And I'm going to give you just a few minutes of quiet, peace. This tape will not end until I bring you back up into your seat in a few minutes. So allow yourself this rest. With a bigger, deeper breath now, I want you to bring awareness to your belly. The way that it rises and falls with every breath. Start to squeeze and release your hands into fists to help you increase, decrease pressure again. And then stretch your hands up over the head and enjoy. Let the stress out and transition back up into your cross-legged seat. All the way up now. Back where we started. In the cross-legged seat. We go forward and back and left and right until you find yourself in the center, where you can squeeze the belly and lift the chin and pull those shoulders back, and then exhale. Allow yourself to be in the present moment. And if that means you're going to have to slouch your back, so be it. If that means you need to lean over to one of your sides, so be it. But whatever you do, keep your chin above water. Don't go slumping the head down in the feet. Keep your chin up and allow yourself to be where you are, and that way you will always go forward in the direction to where you want to go. I'm so grateful that you joined me here today at Inner Space. See you next time.